So which states are tax lien states? In this video, I'm going to show you where to go, when to go, and how to go to the best markets out there. Now, here's the crazy thing. There are so many different ways to do this, but you want to make sure you're doing it at the right time, in the right area, with the right intentions. And I'm going to show you how to do every single one of those. By the time we're done with this video, you will have everything you need to go out there and get a lien immediately. Stick around to the very end and I'll guide you through that whole process there. First, we got to know what a tax lien certificate is before we can find them. That's like saying, I want to find a whatchamacallit. A what? A whatchamacallit. What's a whatchamacallit? Yeah, let's figure out. Oh, it can make you a lot of money. Oh, this whatchamacallit is very valuable. Okay, so let's talk about this. What is a tax lien certificate specifically? It'll make it a lot easier to find. Okay, so a tax lien certificate is a first position lien on a property. Matter of fact, when I first heard about these was back in 1994. Okay, and I read this article at that time that called this one of the best kept secrets on investing in the United States today. See, this is where a lot of banks have been putting their money for over 100 years. Places like Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Citicorp, insurance conglomerates, Northwestern, New York Life. New York Life, where I worked at in 1992, when I first heard about these, I'm like, wait a second, I think we do that. And I looked into it, and it turns out New York Life has been buying tax lien certificates for 135 years at that time. So this isn't some get-rich-quick scheme that just popped onto the scene. This has literally been available to people like you and me, normal investors, for well over 300 years. That's longer than we've become or been a country. I'll explain that in a little bit. So why would they call this one of the best kept secrets on investing in the United States today? Very simple. It's going to offer you interest rates of 16%, 18%, 25%, even as high as 36% return on your money with virtually no risk, because at all times your money is backed up and guaranteed by state law. That's right, by state law. And here's the beautiful part about it. It's locked in. See, kind of like in a bank, when you put your money in a bank and it's insured for whatever, $250,000 per account, you're locked in. Well, this is the same thing. Only difference is you're locked in at 16, 18, 25% instead of 4 and 5%. Number one. Number two, if the bank goes under, yeah, you get your money back plus, no interest on it, but only what you've put in there up to $250,000. With tax liens, there is no limit. Okay, so once a property owner becomes 1 year delinquent on the property tax, the county government is going to hold a sale. At that sale, you and I can put up the money for the delinquent taxes. So hang on. Do people fail to pay property taxes from time to time? Yeah, happens all the time. Does the county need this money? Sure they do. What do they need the money for? The obvious stuff like, well, education, kindergarten through 12th, right? They got to pay for that. The counties are the one that do that. 55, 60%, depending on the county, is going towards education. Then you've got all the emergency services out there. You've got fire department, you've got police departments, you've got parks and rec, summer camp stuff. All of those things are paid for by county property taxes. Without them, this whole county situation that we know with the paved roads and stop signs, they don't exist. And if you've done any traveling outside the United States, you've probably been to some of those countries that don't have a good property tax system out there. So here's what the county says, kind of need this money. Okay, if you've been late for 1 year, we're gonna offer those to the public. That's you and me, okay? So we come in there and say, I'll buy the lien on that property. We give them the money. For this case, we're gonna say it's 18%, let's say it's a $2,000 lien. So what we do is we just sit there and we go, nothing. We don't do anything. We buy the lien on the property. We're good to go. The counties give us a certificate, goes on file down the county courthouse. Good to go. Okay. When the property owner comes down to pay off the property taxes, they pay the $2,000 plus the 18%. The county processes that. And within 5 to 10 business days, they send me back my money plus 18%. Simple as that. Okay, I'm getting more than the banks are willing to pay me. I don't have to watch the stock market, don't have to watch the bond market. Everything's good to go. I'm happy as long as they pay. So here's the deal. My security is the property. So what happens is this, is the county says, okay, you want to put the money up. Let's say they give them 2 years. Now that redemption period, write this down, it's called a redemption period. That redemption period can be anywhere from about 6 months on the low side up to 5 years on the high side. And what they say is, as long as they've come in within that amount of time, everything's good to go. But if they don't, you can start the foreclosure at the end of the redemption period. Let's say it's 2 years. Say, I want to foreclose on the property. I can foreclose on the property. Now, I am the county's position. So my position will eliminate and supersede all other liens and encumbrances, including a mortgage. Yes, even the mortgage. Understand, about half of the states offer it this way. So a tax lien state says you can get involved in the very beginning of the process, and a tax deed state says it's the very end. In other words, they've waited 4 years and they sell the deed over here, whereas a tax lien state is over on this side. About half of the states out there offer tax lien certificates, which means you can get involved in the very beginning and get an interest rate on your money when the property owner comes in and pays the county. If they don't come in within that prescribed amount of time, you can foreclose and get the tax deed to the property. The other half will sell the property for the back taxes and say, enough's enough, it's been 4 years. Give me the money for the back taxes and we'll give you the property. So you've got to ask yourself, which side do you want? Now, I'm going to be really clear on this. You are buying a tax lien certificate for the interest rate, not to get the property. Getting the property is an underlying security. If they don't pay the taxes, you get the property. Very clear on that. Okay, now, if they don't pay the taxes within the prescribed amount of time, you will get the property. But if your desire is to get properties for pennies on the dollar, then creep over to the deed side. This is for those of you that I want 20% of the money, like clockwork, give me my check. Every once in a while, I get a property back. Okay, over here is, no, I want the property. I want to buy it for pennies on the dollar. Either way, it's very profitable to do it. Now, what states offer tax lien certificates? Again, about half of them out there. Okay, you've got states like Florida, which is a dual state. You've got Arizona. You've got Colorado. You've got New Jersey. You've got all of these different states out there have it. All of them have different counties with different sales. At any time during the year in one calendar month, you will have anywhere from 200 to 500,000 liens being offered. Okay, I one time took a look at just 3 counties, okay, over a 3-month period of time. And when I looked at 3 counties, 3 counties, and 3 counties, you were looking at $500 million in property taxes that went uncollected. So if I took 150 of my best friends and we went to every single one of those sales, you're going to run out of what? Money before you run out of liens. This is an opportunity like I've never seen before, and yet I've been doing it for 30 years. The opportunity right now in the tax lien market, I think, is bigger than I've ever seen it before. Okay? Since you've watched this video, now you understand what a tax lien certificate is, where they're at. I'm going to walk you methodically on how it is. Okay? How you turn this into, how do you get a tax lien certificate in the next 20 to 30 days? It's really simple. I've got a complimentary, that's free, course that I just put together for you. This gives me a lot more time to methodically go through the whole process and show you exactly what a tax lien certificate is, where they're at, how to buy them, how to get ready for them, how to register, the whole 9 yards. If you follow my instructions, you can get your first lien in the next 20 to 30 days. So follow the instructions, go to the link below, higginsmethod.com. God bless, good luck. We'll see you on the top side.